ATW is a company that's focused on wealth creation and building automated real estate portfolios for our clients. It's interesting, the company's transition has always been in line with my own personal transition. So in our early years, we were primarily cash focused, meaning we would do real estate transactions that were based on building cash. And what I found for my own personal portfolio was if you're focused on cash investing, you generally aren't focused on wealth creation. They're two opposite strategies. Cash flow is the key to creating wealth. So as I made that change for my personal portfolio, my investors just sort of naturally followed. And what followed was the exact sort of ABC of how I built my own personal portfolio is what we take ATW clients through. We take a different approach to acquisition, but the guys that we have on the acquisition team, they work very hard and diligently at producing transactions investors would want to purchase. Our due diligence is second to none. It's a different way to look at it. We look at it as how does this property fit this particular investor's portfolio first and foremost, based on the goals that they want to achieve. But then furthermore, we're going to go another layer deeper. Things like what's the net yearly cash flow, the cash on cash return, how long does it take our investor to get their principal back, and then once they get their principal back, how much revenue is still there for them and for how long. Things that many investors don't even consider when looking at a transaction. We do. The one question investors always have is how do you find the deals? And the truth is we find the deals with a very large marketing budget, but then also having the expertise to locate very specific motivated sellers. We also have outside wholesalers that work with us and help us fill in the gap using their own techniques and models to bring transactions to us. So we actually bring a marketing campaign to those particular sellers who may not even know they're motivated, but when presented with an opportunity, realize they are, and then we create an extraordinarily valuable investment opportunity for our clients.
I have been doing construction, I guess, or been involved in construction my whole life. So my dad and my grandfather both have owned construction companies, so I'm kind of like a generation type construction gal. I've been on the job site with my dad since I was like 6, but my dad does foundations for custom homes. So I was around the concrete world, I guess you could call it more. And probably about the age of 14, he was like, okay, leave the hard work to someone else, you come into the office. So I started doing office work. I learned how to do proposals and invoices and the basic stuff of how to run a company, creating accounts at places. So it really helped me at the age of 14. I really learned how to kind of run a business. And I helped my mom and dad, of course, so I took it as if it was my own. So when I started working with ATW, it just kind of made sense for me to start running the construction crew, and then Brian and I made American Dream Renovations. At ATW, we have an in-house construction company. It's called American Dream Renovations. And basically what we do is we go out to each property. It'll be myself and my superintendent. We'll go out and basically do an assessment of the property. So it could be, we check the electrical, we check the plumbing, kitchen cabinets, bathroom, what kind of renovation needs to be done to the properties. We put central AC in all the units. So a lot of times we have to make sure that there's attic space. So it's a lot of basically walking around and inspecting. When we go to these properties, we have to make sure that we basically redo all the plumbing, all the electrical, central AC and heat. The roof almost typically has to be done on all of them, and then the foundation. So those are the 5 major things that we check. And then the rest, the cosmetic stuff, is really what makes the house valuable. Because as a tenant, you're gonna go into a house and you wanna look to see, is that property nice? They don't care about the big 5 stuff, but we do. Those are things that are important to the investor. So we make sure that we check those things first. Typically when we go and we start these properties, we make sure that we have a very strict timeline. Every lead man will get a scope of work for the week. So let's say they're out there for 3 weeks. Every week they're gonna get a new scope of work on that Friday. So that way that Monday through Friday, they know exactly what needs to be done. They are just, obviously our crew is just like super fast. They do a great job. And because of that, we really haven't had to do anything drastic as far as that goes, but they always stay on schedule. If we ever go over schedule, then we make sure that we pick it up somewhere on the end. Thankfully, I have the best superintendent. His name is George, and him and I do it together. And we keep a very good, strict kind of schedule. Randomly, at any given time, George and I can go to these properties, make sure that these guys are doing what they're supposed to do. And we just keep track of everything on a paper, on a schedule. So we have it on an Excel sheet and then, of course, on a piece of paper. But yeah, I think we can handle anything.
Upfront Capital is a hard money lending company. We service the rehabber, remodeler, and the landlord sector as far as loans go. We give out loans based on property value, more so than based on the borrower's credit. So hard money is an alternative way to get funding for your projects in real estate. The loans are geared and structured to where we can fund the purchase price of the loan and also fund the rehab of the loan. Here's where Upfront Capital fits in the real estate investor or the real estate rehabber model. The first question I hear most investors ask me is, where do I get the money from? And as a hard money lender, we make it very easy for you to get the money from us. That's where we fit. We fit as their lender. And then you'll get a check at closing for your repairs. It's going to take you anywhere between 30 days on up to maybe 90 days to be able to complete that. So we actually give for the first term 6 months so you can complete it, and then you can either take that property and go sell it, or you can go refinance it, or whatever your exit strategy dictates. If you're a new investor or a new rehabber or a new landlord and you're starting out with just a little bit of capital, the team at Upfront Capital first are real estate investors. And so we're an experienced team of real estate investors and rehabbers. And that is our client base, are the real estate investors, the rehabbers, and the landlords. We already understand what they're contending with. They try to take their property, that ugly property that they're trying to buy, take it to the bank to get a loan to purchase it and refinance it. The bank just laughs at them because the bank only will loan them based on the as-is value of the property. Well, the as-is value of the property is a lot lower than the after-repaired value of the property. The main office for Upfront Capital is here in San Antonio. We do have a satellite office that's in the Waco-Killeen market, and we're actually located centrally in Waco currently. Upfront Capital is focusing on single-family real estate. There is a large market in the Central Texas area, the San Antonio area, for lending into single-family real estate, but we are growing, and we're looking at, on a small scale right now, but we're looking at expanding into commercial. We've started looking at small multifamily properties, small commercial office buildings, things of that nature. We hope to grow into a bigger realm in the commercial area as the months and the years go by.
The Waco clean market is, it's just thriving. We have jobs, which is fantastic. Our unemployment rate's like 4.1% combined. And so in Killeen, they have the #1 ranked economy in the mid-sized cities for the last 3 years running. And Waco's at a respectable #10, and that's out of 398 mid-sized cities across the United States. So you can see that that's pretty good. And when you have jobs and you have a good economy, then real estate always does well because you have a great pool of tenant buyers for our clients' investment property. It's a great place to live. We have lots of fun things to do, great restaurants, great people. Baylor University is awesome and brings in lots of interesting people from all across the country. So it's a great place to raise a family and to live and just enjoy life there. We have both rural and city life kind of going on together. We've been in our market for over 15 years. So word of mouth advertising is always great. We're pretty well established as a leading real estate buyer in our market. So we know how to evaluate the property to see if it's something that's going to fit in our program, and then at the same time be able to give our sellers what they're looking for and help them out of whatever situation they're in. We see a lot of investors who want to jump in and they don't know what they're doing and they get themselves into trouble. So connecting with the right people who know what they're doing and are willing to teach you and show you the right way to invest. We offer them everything, the education, we offer the property, we offer to take care of the rehab, and then to even find them that buyer and take care of it on the back end for them. So it's a one-stop shop, so to speak. We offer turnkey services. We purchase the properties, negotiate with sellers, give them a good price. We also sell properties to other investors, keep some for our own portfolios as well. We rehab the properties from start to finish, and then we also market those properties to owner finance buyers. We get the opportunity to take a home that is in bad repair, and we get to rehab it and bring it back to its former glory, which is a wonderful thing. I love that. And then we get to offer people who can't get a loan at a bank the opportunity to own a home and to raise their family. Business is fantastic. It continues to grow. We've been extremely excited. We've actually had to expand our offices in the Waco Clean area because we just continue to grow and have to hire more people. I don't see any stopping or slowing down.
It's interesting to me how so many investors, they'll focus on what I call the first half of the investment process, which is the entrance into the investment. It's shocking to me how many investors, their asset protection strategy is, I'm going to own this property in my own name. Literally putting their own assets, their own personal assets, personal house, personal cars, personal bank accounts in jeopardy if they were to face litigation. A lot of the times there's not a lot of consideration paid to how do I protect this deal? How do I protect the cash flow that I'm creating, which can be the difference between you not working anymore or you having to work more. So asset protection for us is very simple. One, it's about preserving the assets that you have either in your own name or another business's name. And then two, preserving the portfolio that we're building for you. And it's something that I think investors don't pay enough attention to. And we're very, very proud and excited about our asset protection plan. We really do believe that the strategies and the systems that we implement are the best state-of-the-art strategies to protect the wealth that we're creating for our clients. From a building of a portfolio perspective, the issue that we look at is always controlling variables. We've got the best asset protection plan in the market today, and more importantly, it is state-of-the-art in that it will completely protect the investments that they have and allow the investments to do what they're supposed to do, which is create that yearly net cash flow, create that wealth so that they can use that for whatever purpose they want in their lives. You can find the strength of the people that you're working with based on the size and the strength of their team. And for us, we're happy because we've got an attorney right down the hall. That attorney is constantly working on strengthening our asset protection model. And as laws change, making sure that our asset protection model is in line with those laws and is as stronger as ever. That's the difference. Would you spend all the time to build a house and then leave the front door and the back door completely open? You go, absolutely not. Someone could walk in and take whatever they want. It's the same thought process when we're talking about building investment portfolios. Let's now leave the front and the back door open so anybody can walk on through and take whatever they like. So it's using that mentality and that approach to protecting the wealth that we create for our clients.
With our clients, it's not that they buy a house from us and then they go away, we never see them again. We are committed to helping them get the returns. We're building a portfolio with them. And I just don't see how we can do that if just say, okay, buy our houses and then see you later. Hope you get the returns that you want. If you don't have the right asset servicing team, your returns will go downhill very quickly. It's all about the returns. You can find the best property with the best numbers, for a great price, great rehab, but if it's all in the management. If you are having someone mismanage it, you will not see any returns. You'll lose money. Some companies only market the property, or some of them, they only collect the rent, or sometimes they only fix the house up. We want to be able to do everything for them. We market the property, we screen potential clients. We show the houses. Once we actually do find a buyer, we take them through the paperwork. We also let them know the payments. We actually collect the payments. We send the payments to the investors. If there's ever any expenses along the way, we pay it, and then we do all the accounting and we send it to the investor, so that we handle it from A to Z, so that they don't have to worry about, okay, who's going to be doing it. I want to build their portfolios with them. I'm not interested in just having them come over here, showing them some houses, selling it to them, and then parting ways. I think that for it to be successful, we have to be able to be a one-stop shop. The investors actually have the biggest relationships with the asset management side. Construction is just a very short period of time. Once the construction is done and we take over, asset management takes over, that's pretty much the contact department from here on out, our investors with. So it's very important for us to build really great relationships with the investors because, like I said, they're entrusting me and my team with handling their investments for them. They have to rely on us and they have to trust us to handle everything for them. We really are the middleman for the investor and for the buyer. Overall, it's just anytime you're investing, whether it's in real estate or stocks or whatever it is that you choose to invest in, it's very important that you have the right people helping you, because you don't always know everything about a certain market or a certain product. So if you're investing in stocks and bonds and stuff, you rely on professionals to help you. Same with real estate. If you're investing in real estate, you have to rely on some people who know the market better, the product better, to guide you along the way. And I think it's important for our investors to realize that, we are that for them. As far as real estate, you can't get better than ATW. We are that one-stop shop. We will handle everything from A to Z. So whether you're in the next city over or you're across the world, you don't have to worry. If you have a question about your house, about the construction, you know exactly who to call. And you have Brian at the top. So I think it's just important to get with a company who can do it all for you.
I'm proud on two fronts. I'm proud of the team because the work that they do is phenomenal. But we're also proud of the quality investments that we do provide our clients. To have a track record of over a decade of successfully producing results in investors' lives, it means something to me. And it's something to be proud about. The great thing about ATW Investments is it really isn't a one-man ran company. It really is a team effort. Overall, one of the strongest assets that we can bring to an investment is the team. The professionalism and the day in, day out dedication to providing excellence in service for our clients and their portfolios is what sets us apart. The team that we've got in place, it really is second to none. Each individual team member knowing their importance to the goal and their dedication to achieving those goals individually is what makes us such a strong unit collectively. Our dedication has always been at finding cutting-edge strategies to produce the highest net returns possible and then implementing those things into individual investors' portfolios. I think the thing that separates us from our competitors is the focus on net returns. That's the first thing. The second thing is the strategies that we bring to bear to produce those net returns are something that not a lot of other companies do. And then the third thing is having the team and having the systems in place to successfully implement it. It's what we've done yesterday, it's what we're doing today, and it's what we'll do tomorrow. So I think the takeaway for investors watching this is, what are your goals? What are your individual objectives? And then once you have those set about, it's who can successfully help you navigate the many pitfalls of investing to achieve them. And what I would invite them to do is look at the strategies, the techniques that we implement, see the team that we have, and see the daily focus that we bring to bear for our investors' clients and their individual portfolios. And I think what they'll see is a team that can very easily go from step A to step B and accomplish the goals and objectives that they want to accomplish for themselves. So here at ATW, we've got a mission. The mission is to make sure that we have the most aggressive, highest performing as far as return portfolios for our clients. And every morning we wake up, that's the focus that everyone brings to bear. And when we lay our head down on the pillow at night, we're looking forward to starting it again anew.